The village of Okoro awoke to a gray dawn, the morning mist clinging to the maize fields and mud huts like a shroud. The laughter of children had vanished, replaced by whispered rumors and worried glances. Though the fire had been contained, its memory lingered like a wound that refused to heal. And now, the shadows of Obina's machinations threatened to consume everything. Chinedu moved silently through the village, each step measured, his eyes darkened with worry and simmering anger. He had heard whispers. Some villagers believed Obina's lies, that the fire was not an accident, that Adaeze's frequent trips into the forest were proof of her deceit. The thought alone stabbed him more than any spear ever could. Adaeze appeared at his side, carrying a small bundle of fresh herbs and river stones for protection. Her brow was furrowed, lips pressed tight, yet her eyes shone with determination. "Chinedu," she said softly, her voice trembling only slightly, "we cannot falter now. Obina seeks not only to destroy us, but to corrupt the village with fear. We must act with courage and wisdom." Chinedu looked at her, torn between doubt and love. "I do not doubt your heart, Adaeze," he said, his voice low and heavy with emotion. "But my people, my family, everything is at stake. If Obina succeeds, it will not only break us, it will break Okoro." Before Adaeze could respond, a distant scream shattered the morning stillness. Chinedu and Adaeze ran toward the sound, their feet pounding the soft earth, hearts racing. They arrived at the river crossing, where they found a group of villagers in panic. Obina had set fire to the granary once more, this time deliberately targeting the families who had supported Chinedu. The flames licked the sky, orange and merciless, smoke curling into the heavens. Villagers tried desperately to douse the fire, but Obina had planned carefully. He had soaked the building in oil the previous night. The crackling of burning wood, the frantic shouts of women, and the terrified cries of children filled the air. Chinedu's hands trembled as he grabbed a bucket of water, but the fire was too strong. Adaeze, seeing the futility of brute force, shouted above the roar of flames, "We must lure him out. He cannot hide while the village burns." Her words struck Chinedu like a spark. Together, they devised a plan. Chinedu would pretend to retreat into the forest, drawing Obina away from the villagers, while Adaeze would protect the families using the herbs and charms she had prepared. Each knew the risks, each understood the cost. Love demanded sacrifice. The moment came at dusk. Chinedu darted into the forest, spear in hand, pretending to flee, calling out in frustration and anger. Obina, seeing his prey, followed, confidence blazing in his eyes. Adaeze, meanwhile, stood at the riverbank, chanting old ancestral words, sprinkling herbs into the water and air. The villagers, inspired by her bravery, began to fight back, dousing fires and shielding the vulnerable. Chinedu lured Obina deeper into the forest, the shadows thickening, roots twisting underfoot. Heart pounding, Chinedu whispered to himself, "For Adaeze, for the village, I will not fail." When Obina lunged, he found Chinedu ready, spear poised. A fierce struggle ensued, each man testing the other's strength and resolve. Chinedu fought not just for survival, but for love, for honor, and for justice. Meanwhile, back at the village, Adaeze's charm worked, but not without cost. The energy she had poured into the rituals drained her, and a faint pallor touched her cheeks. Sweat mixed with soot from the fires streaked her forehead, and yet her gaze never wavered from the villagers she protected. Her hands shook slightly, but she held them steady, knowing that the sacrifices demanded of her were not only for love, but for the survival of Okoro itself. By midnight, the fires were finally extinguished. The granary was lost, but no lives had been taken. Obina, defeated and humiliated, fled into the darkness, his plans thwarted, his heart burning with the promise of revenge. Chinedu returned to the village, weary and battered, yet unbroken. Adaeze ran to him, wrapping her arms around him, tears streaming down both their faces. "You were incredible," Chinedu whispered, voice thick with emotion. I thought we might lose everything tonight." Adaeze lifted her head, her eyes wet but fierce. "Love is never without cost. Courage is never without sacrifice. And betrayal is never the end unless we allow it." Chinedu held her close, feeling the warmth of her heart, the strength that had carried them through the night. Yet, even in their embrace, a shadow lingered, the knowledge that Obina's revenge was not finished. The next trials would demand even greater courage, even more profound sacrifice, and perhaps the breaking of hearts that could never fully heal. The forest whispered in the distance, carrying with it the promise of future confrontation. And in that whisper, Adaeze and Chinedu understood the truth. Love, bravery, and sacrifice could protect them, but only if their hearts remained unshaken by betrayal and revenge.